All right, so we are finally back with Orphans of the American
Let
Dream.
me go shut my door. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're good. We're gonna do a little mini session with David, um, and basically, if you guys are unaware, the last thing that happened was everybody got very hurt. Everybody has a severe consequence except for Josh, and in a big fight with um, the prophets. And you guys, the main characters killed, well, I think specifically David, I should say, killed the main boss of the entire campaign, John. And so that's kind of where we left off. And then they now have the coordinates and the laptop. So they know exactly where to go to retrieve the nukes. And now it's, and then I guess kind of like just deciding kind of what's happened for some of it. I think we kind of want to go with you guys are all injured, and so you guys wanted to go rest in the city, which we already established before. But then I think I guess I could leave it up to you, David, of so you guys get there and we're just going to kind of say you guys have been there for a while, and the city is one adult mother, or I should say one adult woman, and 30 children, and that's all there is. And it's like a really small town.
I was going to say, so it's like a small village, not like a city.
Yes.
Okay. Or, I mean, unless we're in a city that used to be a city, but now it's a small village.
I think just to kind of decide it now, I actually kind of like this idea of if it's some in the country suburb neighborhoods, not suburb neighborhoods. That's not correct. So in the country, houses are
like a township kind of thing.
Yeah. And so houses are kind of far apart. Not far apart, but are spaced a lot more than 6 feet, in a city or in a suburb. And then it's kind of surrounded by forest and country, farmlands, that kind of a thing. So there's a lot of open space, but for the most part, it's but not for the most part. That's the most part. And then there's houses that the kids and the mom live in, and they kind of go between different houses and that kind of a thing. But I'd imagine there's one big house that they have that they spend most of their time in and do most of their stuff in. They kind of their town hall. So that's kind of the layout of the city. That's the kind of city you guys came to. But I guess my question for you, David, is what, and we'll have to deal with some of this when we get back to the first session with everybody. But something we kind of have to deal with is what would you have done with Alyssa and Ryan? Would you have just waited until you guys were healed to deal with it all together, or would you take something into your own hands?
Didn't we ditch them?
No, they tried to ditch you guys, and Jared specifically was no, they need to answer for what they've done. So they need to come with.
Well, so I don't think I was made privy to the information that they were, that there even were.
You're right.
Moles, much less that they were them. So, if people, I think there was even a point where they were having that conversation and someone looked sidelong at me and was like, yeah, don't be stupid about this, or people will cause a problem. But I didn't hear that. I was looting John poorly. So unless somebody's made me aware of this, or if I've overheard something, which to be fair, that seems like a relatively major element, but I probably didn't have any initial say in whatever happened because I wasn't aware that it was even a thing.
Okay. Okay, I like that then. I like that setup even better. So okay. I definitely want to do some NPC interaction with all of you guys, but as long as you're okay with this, I kind of want to leave that for the first session with everybody.
That's fine.
And so I wanna narrow in on like one story, you could say, or one happening that happened during this time you guys were all resting.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so what is David doing? As we kind of open up, and we won't do a flashback unless you want to.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
What am I? Okay. So, well, I guess what do they do at this place? Like, what is the function? Are they like, do they farm? Is this a farm that we're on? Do they, what do they do here?
You know what? I think a farm would make perfect sense for them.
I mean, they'd have to have food. So yeah. Okay. Well, I guess how healed am I at this point?
I think this is probably like 2 weeks in.
Okay, so I probably don't have my moderate or mild, but I probably still have my severe.
I assume so, yeah.
Should I maybe just mark my moderate or mild and get rid of my severe and say that it's been healing and now it's one of those two instead?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, which mild or moderate?
Moderate.
Okay. Healing.
Maybe like arm in a sling.
Yeah, sure. Would you put your arm in a sling for a collarbone?
I think so, because when you move your arm, you're moving. I think you move your collarbone when you move your arm. I feel like it's either that or my muscles are just.
Yeah, I don't know if the bone itself moves very much, but I think the muscles. Well, yeah, no, it does kind of move. Yeah, if nothing else, stuff moves around it.
Yeah, that was my thought. But
that works.
My wife was here. I'd ask her what.
Yeah. Do we have a sling to put it in though? It's probably like a rag.
Yeah, I mean it's probably all it is like
put a parentheses around sling. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if we're literally just like sitting here to recover, right? And we're
yes.
Okay. And we did establish that the mindset is that we're not giving up, right? We're just not pursuing them because we would just get killed. Okay.
Right. Well, you didn't have a vehicle. You guys just had the tank.
Right.
So you guys came here not only looking for transport, which is I'm assuming what Josh is working on this whole time, because he's fully healed. He didn't take any injuries. Or if he did, he just took a mild or something like that. So he's fine. So he's probably building a bus or something like that. I'll have to ask him. But then for
converting the tank into a proper vehicle, an open top tank.
That's probably good. And then the rest of you guys are basically veteran.
Okay.
I think you're to the point where you're no longer veteran, but you're still
right. I don't know. He'll probably like help out with some light farm work then if he has literally nothing else to do.
Okay.
I only have one arm I can reliably do it with, but.
So let's say this is like the first day where you're like, I think I'm well enough and I'm bored enough where like I want to do something and not just lay in bed.
Yeah. So maybe he's like laying in bed and he has like, there's 100 bullets strewn out on the table next to him in like order and he's counting them. He's like, and he just scoops them all into a bag and then stands up and like, boots the door open and looks around like I'm bored. That's something to do.
Okay, yeah. So I think you've heard a little bit about like what's going on here, and you've walked around and talked with people. So it's not like this is your first time seeing what's around, but probably the first time you're like, I want to do something. Or maybe you even feel like you're capable enough to do something. So I think you like open up the door and look around, and I think you see just like a couple of the kids like run past you and like almost bump into you, and like one of them is holding like a staff around his back. He's got two buckets of water in either end, and so he like runs past you, and like one of them almost hits you, and he like goes, "Whoa!" And he stops and like sets it down, and he's like, "Well, how are you, mister? Good to see you up and around."
Well, mostly on board. What are you doing there? He just points at the buckets.
He's like, well, I'm carrying water over for from Mary.
My brain's melting. Sorry.
You know what? I think he says mom. I think they all call
okay. I was like, am I supposed to know who that is? It's been a month. No, okay. Yeah, probably does.
Yeah, you know who she is. As of now.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so I guess he's holds out his good arm, whichever one that is. I don't know if we established which one he got injured.
You can decide.
I mean, I think he shoots guns ambidextrously, so I don't really care. But we'll say my left arm just because it's always how it is. It's always the one they don't need. Yeah, I guess I'll reach out a hand to like pick a bucket off of the stick, which probably makes it hard. You said he had it on like a stick, right? He's running it. It probably makes the other one almost topple over. But I'll be like, well, let me help you with that. And I'll just slide it off and leave him to catch the other bucket.
He does, yeah. And he's like, well, thanks. He's like, what's your name, mister?
David, what's yours?
Dang it, I have to come with a name. He says his name is Tim. My name's Tim.
Tim, all right.
You can call me Timster.
Yeah, I'll call you Tim. So you called her Mary, or you called her mom. Is that you all call her mom, or does he look anything like her?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just say that. You all call her mom?
Yeah. I mean, she's not really our mom, but well, she's
close enough
with us for quite a long time, and I guess some of us don't call her mom. Some of the older kids, but that's probably because they still remember their parents. Just kind of feels wrong, you know?
Right. The older kids know how to fight.
He just kind of turns and looks at you. He's like, I mean, yeah, it's a harsh, I think he says, it's a harsh world we live in, David. So we all know how to fight at least a little bit. We have martial arts classes once a week, I think, sometimes twice a week.
Well, that's good. Do you have shooting classes?
He gives you another look, like, just for the older kids.
Oh, well, that's probably for the best, I suppose.
Why are you so interested in our military? No, he doesn't say military capabilities.
Combat.
Yeah. Why are you so interested in how well fight?
I smile at him. I'm like, it's a hard world we live in. I pat him on the shoulder and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I don't because I have only one arm. I go to pat him on the shoulder and I'm like, yeah, let's go get this to your mom.
So I think you go over and are like kind of join in with what you see is a bunch of people have like joined in with the farming. So you see like Emily Valdez and like all of the like Mr. Lang and some other people, probably Captain Sadie as well, and her husband Bart have like joined in with them. Probably Lynn is out there as well, and they're all kind of helping them farm. And I think they're probably like, I think Mary is probably like making rounds and like checking to make sure all the kids are doing stuff right, and then she'll kind of peek over at some of the like adults too, like some of your crew, and right. Some of the kids are kind of showing them the ropes. So like, and you can, there's this one like preteen looking boy that's helping Lynn, and you can tell very very obviously that he's like super attracted to her, and like is trying his hardest to like not make a fool of himself, and like,
how old is he?
Know how to do all this stuff. What?
How old is he?
He's like a preteen. He looks like
okay,
13 or so to you.
Gotcha. Is Lynn? What happened with her sister? Because her sister was pretty messed up, right?
I think so. Yeah. So
she was like unconscious, and Lynn was trying to haul her out of the train. I'm not sure what happened to her.
Yeah, I think she's probably severe consequenced up as well, bedridden. And so I think, yeah, you just kind of see those people helping work and stuff like that. But I think Mary sees you in Tim and walks over and is like, "Hi, I guess we've kind of met before. You were a little groggy. I'm not sure if you remember. I'm Mary, but everybody around here just calls me Mom. So you can too if you'd like."
Yeah, I caught that. I'll stick with Mary. And I put the water down and then I hold my hand out to shake hers.
Yeah.
What does she look like? How old is she?
She probably.
You don't have like an actor picked out and all that, Connor? Come on.
No, I don't have an actor.
Just kidding.
Well, that way we can do that for other RPGs, but for this one, if we picked an actor, it would be that actor.
That's a good point. You're not wrong. Although maybe that should happen once. But,
but yeah, you know what? It's definitely Jennifer Garner then, because I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, I'm bad with. Hold on. I don't know people.
Okay. Yeah. So she's known as like a mom in the.
Oh, okay.
In the like actor industry, she's actually like tries to be a good mom. But anyway,
that's cool.
So I think she's probably like 40-ish. Looks middle aged.
Okay.
And she's got red hair.
Okay. Real quick, can I run some stuff across, or what's the word? Run it by you. There it is.
Yeah.
My brain's not working today, apparently. So I had a bunch of mechanical changes I wanted to make, and I wanted to run by you. So I mentioned them a little earlier. I changed. I originally had where I'd get +2 additional when I was benefiting from a consequence. I'm sorry, from an advantage. But I felt like that was a little, basically just getting another free advantage. I felt like that might be a little much. So I changed it so that I get an extra +2 when I'm invoking a consequence, because they're much less common. So if I'm using a consequence against somebody, I get +4 instead of +2. Yeah. I just tweaked that. It's basically just weaker, but it fits this theme better. The main thing I want to run by you is I changed, or I added a new one since we had a new refresh, which is when you inflict a consequence, you gain 2 free invokes on it instead of 1. So this would be kind of like when you created an advantage, you would get 2 instead of 1, except for in this case, it's when I get a consequence. Since I get bonuses from consequences, it made sense that I would do that as well, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. I think I'm also going to change. Oh, I changed one. So instead of getting a +2 extra if I'm shooting at someone who's been injured in the last round, I just changed it to another +2 if I've shot at them since the last round. So basically, if I stick with the same target, I get a bigger bonus than if I switch targets. Is that okay?
Wait, say that one again.
So I have Deadeye, which is +2 when I shoot with firearms, right? And then I had one which was, instead of a +2, I gain +4 if I shoot with firearms against someone who's been injured in the last round. But I changed that to just if I fired at them in the last round. So if I shoot at someone, I get a +2. But then if I shoot at the same person the next round, I get a +4 instead. And then it stays +4 if I shoot at them every round until I shoot at someone new.
I guess that makes sense.
Basically, I benefit from targeting one person.
Right.
Until I get them, instead of switching targets a bunch, because it would drop back down to +2 for the first time I shot at someone else.
I think that makes sense. I don't have any problem with that.
All right. Excellent.
Maybe I will when you start using them, but I don't have it right now.
I mean, it's not really any, it shouldn't make much difference.
No, yeah, I was just joking.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, I just want to get out of the way. Yeah. So you described what she looked like, and I said, I'll just call you Mary. And I think I said something else. Oh yeah, I put the bucket down to shake her hand. Yeah.
Yeah, she shakes it back and she says, I see you've met Timster.
Yeah, he introduced himself.
and she shakes her hair, shakes his hair, or like, what's the word? Not shakes. Ruffles his hair. Yeah. Thank you. And is like, no, go and put that water where I asked you to. And he like grabs the bucket that you set down and like goes over and starts pouring it on some of their crops.
Nice. Okay. I might want to change this one too. Whatever. I'll worry about it later. Cool. So yeah, I guess I look back at Mary and I say, you've helped us out a lot since we came here. Tim told me you teach the older kids how to shoot. I thought maybe I could return the favor.
She looks kind of surprised, and then she says, I don't know, I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
I mean, I have my guns, right?
I'm assuming if you have them on you, then
right, yeah. So it's not like she's uncomfortable with me armed, right? It's just okay. Yeah, I mean, he shrugs with one shoulder and says, just an offer.
She says, I'll consider it. And I think she pauses and is just like, I would just have to, well, when I teach the kids how to shoot, there's more to it than just how to shoot, but it's when to shoot. And I don't necessarily know if you'll be that kind of influence on them.
Well, maybe I can just stick to how to shoot and you can deal with when to shoot. That sound all right?
And I'll be present if that's all right.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think she's kind of like, we have an understanding.
Right.
That's fine. And, she's like, well, maybe we could do that later tonight.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
And then she's like, okay. And it's just kind of like standing there.
Yeah. Says, well, I mean, I've only got one good arm, but I've also got nothing to do. So what can I do?
And she's like, oh, and she like looks around and is like, what can you do with one arm? And I think, I know a ton about farming, but I guess,
I mean, neither does David. It's okay. Or me. But.
So I think she gives you a task, but like helping with one of the kids. So like one of the kids is kind of like, maybe like holding things in place for you, or like being your other arm.
Okay.
And, And I think she kind of seems to stay kind of closer to you than she does the others.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you can. I don't know if you know why, but it just kind of.
You tell me. Do I know why? I got a 1.
Did you roll empathy?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you know why.
All right. You gonna roll deception or something? It doesn't matter. You just tell me. No, it's fine.
No, I think
okay. I mean, I feel like I get the impression she doesn't trust me from the fact that she told me she doesn't trust me. But yeah. Hold on a second. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't work or something. Okay.
So I think what kind of happens then is like towards the end of the night, I think Mary is like, all right, well, I'm going to have the kids go wash up and they'll grab their guns and then they can come out and we can do some shooting practice.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then I think while they're inside kind of getting ready and grabbing their weapons and stuff, I think Lynn comes over to you, David, and is just like, hey, how are you?
How's insert Lynn's sister's name here?
I think it's Becky. I don't
Becky?
remember.
Yeah, it's going to start with a B. I was thinking Beth, but I was wrong. Yeah, it's Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, sort of like gestures of his arm. It's like, how's Becky?
She's doing all right. And she smiles at you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. I take it you're holding up all right?
She's like, yeah, I actually kind of like being here.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot less getting shot at, that's for sure.
She says, yeah. Yeah, I think she laughs at that. And she says, and there's just one kid that definitely has a crush on me. And I'm having a lot of fun messing with his mind. You can see the next, if you're going to help tomorrow as well, you should watch. I think you get a kick out of it.
Just don't let Jared catch on.
And I think she blushes at that. And it's just, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he just shakes his head and he's like, don't play the fool with me. By the way, have you run across Connor at all?
She shakes her head and is like, I've tried to stay away from his brooding.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that answers my question anyways. But what's up?
I think she like is kind of still thinking about what you said.
Yeah.
And she says, so I think she just kind of is pondering it over, and I think she is just like, it must be hard for him knowing that, I don't know, just like one of his own is indirectly the reason that she's dead, you know?
You mean John?
What?
One of his own? I mean, I guess he's not really one of them, but they know each other. I don't really know what their relationship was, but he seemed pretty personal about it.
Oh, no, I meant Alyssa.
How so? I didn't even know she was there. I thought she was in the train on the other side with Caleb.
Oh, she was. She was the reason they knew where we were.
No, that's the first I've heard of it.
Then she kind of looks around and is just like, oh no.
Yeah, well, he sees her do that, and I say, I imagine that wasn't a mistake. I mean, I imagine that was intentional. That I've only just now found out about it.
I don't know if I should say anything else.
It sounds a little late for that, Lynn.
And she's just like, maybe I should go get Jared and you can talk to him.
Well, what's happened with Alyssa since the whole thing? I mean, have I seen her at all since? I mean, probably not. Yeah. I was like, is she even still here?
And she's like, I think you should talk to Jared.
Well, that answers my question. So I guess I'm going to go off towards wherever we're camping, or like where we're sleeping, where our group is set up.
So do you like glance back at like where all the kids went?
Oh yeah, I did tell them I forgot you started that by saying it was everything. All right, well, yeah, so I guess I go do that, and then I turn around. I'm like, actually, yeah, well, I guess I have something to do. So you go get Jared, and maybe he can fill me in then. And what?
Okay.
Sorry, you cut out. What'd you say?
She says, okay, yeah, I'll see if Jared can come talk to you. I don't know if he can get out of bed quite yet, but I'll ask him about it. And she like awkwardly like walks away.
Yeah.
And then I think the kids kind of like come out, and I think there's probably like 5 of them that seem to be like over 15, or not over 15, like around 15. The 13-year-old that was flirting with Lynn is the youngest of them.
Okay.
And one of them is a girl, and the other 4 are boys. And they kind of come out, and Mary's walking behind them with her own gun. And I think it's probably like a handful of pistols, probably like 6 or so pistols, and then like a pump action shotgun that they have,
mm-hmm.
and a couple of hunting rifles. And they kind of like, each of them is kind of carrying more than one gun. They kind of bring it out, and they like you can pick up that they all kind of use them to like practice with all of them.
Okay.
So they bring those out, and Mary's coming up behind them. And then you see Ryan, Alyssa's husband,
Right.
running up behind them from
Okay.
someone else. And he runs over and looks at you and is just like, or I don't think, yeah, he looks at you and he kind of like veers his path, and he like sees you, but it's still a little dark, so he like didn't realize it was you, and then he like veers his path and tries to run into him.
I just stare daggers at him until he's, and but I let him leave.
Okay.
For now. And then I'll turn back. Are the guns loaded, or have they not loaded them yet?
Let's say not loaded. I think that sounds more interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I just like pull up a log or something and sit on it. I don't know, whatever there is to sit on a farm. And I'm like, all right, load them up.
Okay.
To the kids, not to Mary. I just want to make sure. I'm sure that they've used these before, but I want to see them load the guns and use them properly.
Yeah, and I think they load them properly, just not efficiently. And so you can kind of get a few pointers of like, that's how to do it faster, or this is easier on your fingers, that kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I assume you kind of give them those pointers, or do you just kind of let them struggle?
I wait to see how, like, to gauge how much they know before I step in. But then, I'm like, here, hold it like this. Use this part of your finger. Yeah. Push on this part of the round. Yeah, that kind of thing.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you proficient, and 1 being I've never shot a gun before, they're like 4 or 5, each of them.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's better than I'd expected, I guess. So, so he's pretty happy with that, I guess. So yeah, he says, he steps out and he's like, do you have, what are your preferences? He goes down the line, like, show me which gun you like the best, or you're the best with.
So I think the youngest, we'll name him Rick. And I think he points to the pump action shotgun right away. And the other 3 pick one of the rifles, and the girl picks a pistol. And actually, she points to 2.
Okay, yeah. So he sort of chuckles to himself at that. Appreciates that, but so then he'll line them up and he'll basically go one at a time with their, I guess he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna have them each shoot. I think he'll set up like a distant target. You said someone picked up a rifle, right?
Yeah.
So there'll be a further away target for that, like a slightly less far away one for the shotgun, and then a closer one for the handguns, just to work with their ranges. Like probably just, some kind of makeshift stand with some cans on it or something to shoot at. I'll just have them do it themselves first. I want to do the same thing, watch them do it, and then I'll critique them afterwards. So I'll have them each do it one at a time. Okay, yeah. And I think out of the blue, all right, you have them each shooting one at a time, you say? Yeah. So like I'll stand behind the guy, the one with the rifle, and be like, all right, hit the target until you're dry. And then you'd go to the next one, kind of a thing. Yeah. So I think you go through all 5 of them, and then Rick is very obviously the least efficient, because the shotgun is really hard for him to handle. Right. But he's done this before, and he's still like hits the target. Yeah. But he seems like he's the newest at this. Okay. And then the girl seems like the 2 pistols is really just for fun, and she's not really good at it. And you think you'd guess that she'd probably be a lot better with 1. Yeah. It's like, this is super cool to use 2 pistols. Right. And then the other 3 boys, as they're using the rifle, they seem proficient, and you kind of pick up that like Mary tells you like
those three are hunters. Like they'll go out and get deer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I think after you have finished up with the girl with the two pistols, you turn and see Liz ready with another gun, and
Nice. Okay.
she's like, didn't want to miss target practice.
Yeah, he smiles and says, "Well, get in line then." Yeah, so I guess I'll go to the guy with the shotgun, and I look over at Mary and I'm like, "You have a smaller gauge or a bigger gauge? I guess smaller gauge technically. Right. The numbers are bigger, but the gauge is smaller. It's anyways. I'm saying that out of character. A smaller gauge.
Wait, what?
She have a weaker shotgun is what I'm asking.
You're saying that in?
Huh?
You're saying that in here?
Yeah, in character, I turned to Mary and I'm like, "Do you have a smaller gauge?" Out of character, I was trying to figure out if I should say smaller or bigger.
Okay, all right.
Because the smaller the number is, the bigger the shotgun round is. Right. So I was hurting my brain trying to figure out which direction.
Yes, a weaker shotgun.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she says yes, and she like walks inside, like starts walking inside to go get it.
Okay. Then, sorry, good.
And then I think after you do that, I think Ryan and I think Emily and Mr. Lang, all three of them walk up to you, and they're like, "Sorry to interrupt," or Emily says, "Sorry to interrupt. David, can we speak with you for a minute?"
I'm kind of in the middle of something here. And Ryan is Alyssa's husband, right? I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, with not a lot of tact. Yeah, he's like, I'm in the middle of something here. I'll do it later.
I think they kind of look at each other and are like, and Ryan says, "David, it can't wait, please."
Now, is it dark out? You said it was getting later, right?
Yeah, it's starting to get dark out.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, we don't have a lot of light. It's a lot harder to shoot in the dark. You can wait. Is someone dying?
Maybe.
All right. He sighs. He goes over to the girl, takes one of the revolvers, said, "Try it with one." And he goes over to the guy and says, "When she gets back with a smaller gauge, use that. It doesn't do you any good if you miss your first shot and get killed." And then, I'm sorry, there was just the other three with the rifles, right?
Yeah.
Then I go to them and I'm like, "You guys know what you're doing. Just keep practicing." And he's like, "If I get a chance, I'll come back and be more useful." But apparently someone's dying. So good luck.
I love that. Okay. And I think Liz wanders over with you.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Liz is there too. Yeah. So I get to Liz and I'm like, I guess next time. Sorry.
And she gives you like a, like sad face, but like, obviously it's on purpose.
Ruffle her hair and be like, "I'm gonna get up to you."
She says, "Yay." And she's like, "Can I come on your adventure with you?"
So my expression goes hard as I turn towards the rest of them, and I just look at them like, "That's for you to tell me, I guess." Since they're being so cryptic.
And yeah, so I think Emily kind of glances at Liz and just kind of shakes her head, and then looks at you and is like, "So Jared is bedridden. Connor is not ready. Caleb is bedridden as well. And Josh went out to find supplies. And, well," and she like looks at Ryan, and Ryan looks at you and is like, "Alyssa's gone. I don't know if she was taken. I don't know where she is. She's just gone." And Mr. Lang is like, "We've been keeping a close eye on them. They've kind of been under house arrest." And
all right, you're all going to have to fill me in because I was apparently left out of this loop, which I'm going to be just going to put on the record as not appreciating. But for now, you're going to have to explain to me what happened because
I think
I have no context for this. Yeah.
They are not happy with their predicament.
So yeah, I mean, I guess what do they tell me?
Um,
Not about what happened to like what they know about Alyssa. I want to know what happened at the train.
yeah. So Ryan thinks about it for a while, and then says, "Well, Alyssa, she and she kind of looks at Mr. Lang and Emily for like help, and Emily is like, well, David, to put it as bluntly as possible, because I'm worried that Alyssa might be dying right now. Alyssa kind of told them where we were and had been in contact with the prophets since, well, for a long time, we think. They had all of Alyssa's children. You know, Mary is kind of like Alyssa back where we're from, but with less kids and, you know, less redneck. and Mr. Lang says, Alyssa wouldn't hurt a fly. In fact, she would, well, I guess she would hurt lots of flies, actually, in order to defend her children. And because her children went in danger, that was kind of what happened.
So were the flies? That's what you're telling me?
What's that?
Were the flies then?
Yeah, in this poorly drawn analogy, yes, we are the flies. And
all right, so explain to me again why her thought process when her children were taken were to lead us all into a trap, as opposed to, I don't know, send us over there to help her children.
She didn't lead us into a trap. Do
you have another way of wording what happened when we drove our train into a trap? Because she told them we'd be there?
She didn't tell them we would be there. They knew where she was because she was keeping them updated on where we were.
Yes, I'm not seeing a difference here. So you're going to answer my question for me. So
I didn't know it was a trap. And she like looks at Emily and Ryan and like, I don't know what to do. And Ryan is like, please. Alyssa only did it because they had her children. And she didn't tell them where the nukes were.
What do the nukes have to do with anything?
Well, it was the prophets. That's what they're after. That's what they wanted. And Alyssa lied to them and said that they didn't know where the nukes were, but that they were following the laptop. And basically, she told them it was pointing in a direction, and they were just going to follow it. And so she could have just told them where they were from the very beginning, and she didn't because.
No, well, she just figured we'd wait till we got there and then they'd kill us. That's better. All right, listen, my question was, why didn't she just send us to free her kids instead of getting us all shot?
We didn't have a way back. And we had to get the nukes.
Wait, okay, well, so you're telling me this all happened after we got on the train?
No, this happened after we flew here to America.
Oh, wait, her kids were in another country?
Yeah, in Europe.
Okay. I missed this part out of character. I don't know if in character I was aware of that or not.
Yeah, so the Hidden Talon, which is Connor's like group, is in
right.
Europe.
So okay.
From Europe to America. Yeah, so that helps paint that.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, knowing this, okay, so in that case, I mean, do you even have proof that what they said was true? Did they send you proof? You just assume they had your kids?
I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this until we were on the train. And then the radio was not working. And
okay. Well,
we needed help.
Sounds like she has some answers or questions to answer. So, I mean, I don't know what you think I'm going to do about this because I'm not a hunter. That's Caleb. But where was she last, I guess?
Well, she was under house arrest with me. And she looks at Emily and Mr. Lang like I just said we were under house arrest. And he's like, no offense. And Mr. Lang and Emily are like, none taken. Ryan is just like, I have no idea where she went. Or last time I saw her, it was I think a couple hours ago, and she seemed fine. I'd like to say she would have told me if she left on her own. I don't know how to find her, and I know that, well, I think you know a little bit about tracking, don't you?
So, I have one investigate. So a little.
So what do you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, he just shrugs. He's like, I mean, I know a little. Chances are, if the three of you couldn't figure it out, I won't either. But I guess I'll go look for footprints or something. She's probably just running because she's worried we're going to kill her. Can't really blame her.
And I think they all give you a look of like, why can't you blame her, David?
Oh, it's almost like she got a bunch of us horribly wounded and killed. So I can't imagine she feels super welcome. So where are we going?
They all shrug and are like, well, I mean, the house is over here.
All right, well then let's go that way.
Yep. Okay, so you kind of go over, and I think that why don't you make just like an investigate roll?
Okay.
And I'll give you the bonuses from the other three if they have bonuses.
Oh. All right, yeah, I guess they have to have at least one. Although if they do, then they didn't need me for this. But
and I think you can just like, I guess, a little out of character, a little bit in character, since you have only a little bit in character.
I have a much better notice than I do investigate, though, so maybe that will help narratively explain it.
Yeah, they are less worried about finding her and more worried about what they do if she was kidnapped and they need your firepower.
Oh, I see.
That's kind of what you put together.
Right.
Like if she's been captured, they don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't think any of them have investigate.
Oh boy. It's going to be interesting.
No, none of them do.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is going to be rough, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. Okay. Got a 1.
Okay. I don't think you'll find too much.
Yeah. Probably not. Yeah, I look around and I mean, I probably, whatever I've seen, they've probably found already, maybe a little bit more because I have a +1 and I rolled a 0. So I got basically a straight normal roll.
Yeah.
But
so what is David's plan here?
I mean, honestly, like the only thing I can think of is to go get Caleb. Like I don't have the ability to track her, and if they don't know what she did, I don't have any way of knowing where she's gone. Like I can't just piece that together, which would also probably an investigate roll anyways, or an empathy, which I'm equally bad at. So I feel like because I'm already kind of like not super, I don't know. I'm already sort of annoyed that they're dragging me into this. So the fact that I don't find anything probably isn't helping. So I look around, like, what do I find? Anything at all?
No, I mean, yeah, nothing.
Yeah. So I look around and I'm like, there's no signs of forced entry. There's no obvious footprints other than, I don't know, all of these, just all the footprints going everywhere. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. If she got kidnapped, it wasn't a very violent kidnapping. And if she left, then she did it on her own. Caleb wants me to give up on her.
Yeah, Caleb said in the chat.
Yeah.
So here's my thought is I think I want to compel you.
Okay.
That I think the decline of man has come. And
right.
I think you want to keep on the chase here, but tell them basically there's nothing you can do and then go on your own.
Sure. I mean, if that's something you'll allow me to be able to do, I'll do that. Mechanically, I've not justified the ability to do that because I don't know where to go. But if you're okay with that, then I am. Yeah.
Well, so basically to keep trying.
Okay.
Yeah, you still have to mechanically succeed.
Sure.
But,
I guess I'm just not sure where else I can try. But if you got stuff, then I'll try it. Yeah. I mean, I'll take that. I'll try.
Okay.
Sounds good. Oh yeah. So I mean, I turn around. I'm like, yeah. Basically, I'm like, if she got kidnapped, it was the cleanest kidnapping I've ever seen. And if not that I've seen very many, and if she left, then it sounds like she wants to be alone. So if she comes back, then let me know, I guess. If you find something, let me know, I guess. But if Caleb isn't able to come out here and look, I'm not going to be any help. I'm not going to be any better at this than you guys are.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the save.
Yeah. I got a 0. I haven't lied. None of what I said was technically a lie.
Well, but you're trying to mislead.
Well, yeah.
So I think
also I need 2 fate points. I have nens. I have 1 refresh and then the 1 from the compeller.
Uh-oh. And
works for me.
Wow. Okay, that's exactly what I expected, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a +0 and a +2, so yeah, that seems about right.
So
and a +1. He actually got a pretty bad roll.
Yeah. So then this is your 3rd fate point, correct? Because you have 2 refresh.
I actually only have 1. I had intended to spend it on a stunt, and I had just not changed the sheet yet. So I actually only have 1 refresh.
So do I get 1 plus every player, or just 1?
You get 1 for every scene, or every character in the scene. Sorry.
Every character in the scene. Okay.
Yeah, player, I should say. I'm sorry. Every player in the scene. So any scene that we're in, you'll have 1. Or that
so what you're saying is, if I create a scenario where there's an army of 100 people fighting against you, I get 101.
No, I misspoke. It's players. You'd have to have 100 players.
Yeah.
Then I feel like maybe we have bigger problems.
Yeah. Okay. So so I think Mr. Lang and Ryan just are like, okay, and I think they kind of like walk out to kind of figure out
like looking
something else to look for, and they just kind of keep looking. But I think Emily sticks around, and she's just like, "What are you planning, David?"
I'm planning to try and catch some last shreds of sunlight. TG just consider shoot,
and
we can just let it ride. That's obviously a lie. She knows.
Right? Yeah. She's like, I'll be listening for the gunshots then.
I'm sure you'll hear them.
Yep. And I think she walks away, and you can tell that she's not going to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess So before she actually leaves, since I can tell that she's not going to keep quiet, as you said, I say she has questions to answer. Depends on how she answers them. I don't need other people watching.
Okay. Yeah.
Go
ahead. I think what you should do then is, for the sake of this mini session, I'll give you a suggestion. You should probably try to create an advantage or do an overcome with shoot to climb the roof or climb a tree and use your scope to look around.
Sure. I mean, I feel like that's probably a notice. Since I mean, like
that makes more sense, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I have decent notice anyways. I was just saying that to be totally fair, I feel like that's probably. I mean, I'm also, if you're okay with it, willing to, for the sake of the story, since this is the direction it's going, I can just spend a fate point to make a narrative statement, and we can have that lead me in the right direction if you want. Yeah. Instead of because if I fail this roll, where are we? Right? Like, right. So I don't mind. I'll just spend it and be like, maybe I'll spend it and I'll say that, like, if I was going to, like hide, whether it was because I've kidnapped somebody or because I fled, I would go this direction or whatever. And we'll just say that I get lucky and it works. I mean, it's not really how making a mechanical statement in this game works, but if you're okay with it, I am.
I think.
Or alternatively, I can make the roll and you can just have that determine how well this goes for me, not whether or not I succeed, right? So like if I make the notice roll and I fail, you can tell me where to go, but when I get there, it'll be bad for me as opposed to good. Right?
Yeah.
That's the other way to do it. It's failing forward, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so I'll make a notice roll. Or well, you want me to make a notice to create advantage and then investigate, right? That's what you want for me to do? Is that right?
I think notice, if you're talking narratively, like you're using your scope and your eyesight to like scan and see if you notice anything, then I think it makes sense.
Okay, I'll just make a notice roll then. I got a 2. Not great. I have a +3, so that's actually not great at all. But
okay, yeah.
Although I guess I'm sort of forgetting how this game works. I'll just, if that's not good enough, I'll just spend a fate point and get a 4.
Yeah, then that makes it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll work regardless, but it depends.
Right. I guess what was my difficulty? Because I rolled preemptively. I apologize for that.
Well, I figured I would keep that secretly because.
Well, in order for me to spend fate points, I have to know whether or not I succeeded or failed.
That's a good point. Yeah. So difficulty.
But is 3, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like I said, if you're okay with me proceeding regardless of whether I've succeeded, I will just take the failure, I think.
So what it would be is you're succeeding at a major cost. You just don't know what the major cost is yet.
Yeah, I suppose that's what that means, more or less. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Okay. Okay, so I think that you see Alyssa running through the forest, and you just kind of get a couple glimpses of her, and you can kind of see which direction she's going, and you immediately well, I shouldn't say immediately. You kind of do like your northwest, south,
yeah,
and are like, oh, she's heading back towards the train.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm bedridden. I have 4 athletics, though. I guess I'll just try and catch her.
Okay.
I, as a person, don't have a good enough sense of direction to be able to head her off, so I won't suggest that he does. But I can just try and run the direction she's going and catch there faster than she is going,
okay, I
guess. She obviously has a head start pretty severely.
Yeah, I think this is a difficulty 6.
Maybe I just have to go that way. Because I don't really care if I get there before she gets to the train. There's nothing at the train that I care about. Wait, where did my fate point go?
I thought didn't you spend the 1 to make the narrative statement, or did we not do that?
No, that was I was suggesting that, but then I remembered that you could just have me fail forward, or I could yeah. So yeah. So in this case, I just succeeded with a cost instead.
Right.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, is the difficulty the same if I don't care if I get there before she does? I don't really care if she gets to the train.
Yeah, I think the difficulty will be a 4 then.
Okay.
If she gets there before you,
I got it.
But you still reach her.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Although I think if I recall correctly, tying is a minor cost. Is that right? One of these is minor and one of them is major, and I don't remember which. I mean, I don't remember how it determines that. I feel like it's a minor cost if you do get a.
I think so too. Yeah. Okay. I just Googled it. It is a minor cost.
Okay. So I mean, I guess I have a major and a minor cost.
Yep. Okay. So yeah. So I think you reach. You reach there. And what do you do when you get there? So there's like a tree line we kind of established before. Mm-hmm. And when you reach there, what do you do? Are you trying to like run up and confront her, like sneak up on her and confront her? What she's doing?
Well, can I see her?
Yes.
All right, I'd like to create an advantage with athletics for notice, and I want to just get a picture of the area, and I want to make sure she's in here. I don't want to be like, I mean, like if there's an ambush here, I feel like I deserve to be sprung on anyways because of the cost here. But mechanic or like narratively, I'm going to make sure I'm not that she's the only one here, and that I'm not, that I can confront her, just the two of us, just the two.
Okay, so roll. That was create advantage, you said, or
yeah. So I'm creating advantage with athletics to get a better vantage point here.
Yeah,
and then I will notice in a second here. So I got a 5. I guess I should have asked the difficulty to climb a tree is.
The difficulty to climb is 2.
Okay, so I succeed with style. I'll be honest, I don't remember what that means in this game.
So you get 2 free invokes rather than 1.
Thanks. Okay, right. I've rebuilt that system so many times in my own game that I've now forgotten what the real version is.
Yep.
Okay, so I will roll notice here. Okay, so now this is to just get a lay of the land. So what's my difficulty here? Or I guess let's just do a graduated. You don't tell me what the difficulty is. I'll just do it, and you can tell me what I find. And I'll use, well, let's see what I get. I got a 5. All right. Well, I will spend 1 invoke of that thing I guess like actually, I guess I might as well spend both because I'm not going to have it as soon as I get down from the tree. No, I'm going to spend 1 invoke of in a tree, I guess, and have a 7. So let me know what I see.
So yeah, so I think you notice a few things. I think you notice that Alyssa is looking through the train.
Right.
She's looking for you don't know what.
Probably.
She's kind of looking for the wreckage and stuff like that. And you definitely notice that there are some people lurking in the shadows and in the like at the tree line, and they look like they're about to like make an attack, kind of a thing.
She doesn't appear to have any idea that they're there, right?
No.
Okay.
And then there's one more thing that you notice because you had such a good roll, is there was something that you left here that you looted that is no longer here, and that is John's body. It doesn't look like it's been eaten by animals or anything, and like there's some remnants or whatever. Like the body's just gone.
I guess that is interesting because they left. It wasn't like they had a chance to take his body unless I came back. But it's been a while. I don't know that I'm too surprised to find that out. And I don't have any reason to believe that they can Frankenstein people yet. So we'll see. I have reason as a player to believe that means John's not dead. But yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I guess that's interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. But for now, I'm gonna
just in terms of like player to or like GM to player,
yes.
John is dead.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Just
I wouldn't have held it against you.
No, I'm not gonna do that. That John is dead.
It could have been interesting. Sorry. I mean, it's definitely outside of the realm of anything we've seen before. So it would have needed some foreshadowing, but yeah. I wouldn't have been mad if this was foreshadowing, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to shoot one of the guys from the tree line, which is why I kept my other invoke, because I had a feeling I was going to use it for something. So yeah, I guess my promise to Emily is true. Here comes the DACA.
Yep.
Is this a gang or a guy am I shooting at?
A gang.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just an individual. Just one individual that, mechanically speaking, you're shooting at an individual, not
okay. Yes. So how many of them are there?
I think 5.
Okay. Also, I guess I'm using my knee to brace my gun on, so I only have one arm.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I got a 7.
Okay.
If that kills him, I'm not going to bother using my thing. But I don't know how tough these other people are as normal people.
So
he takes 4 damage.
Oh,
I'm a moron. I didn't add any of my stuff to this. Hold on. I think there's only one. Yeah. So it's actually a 9 because I have +2 to shooting people with guns. That's it. That's the only thing that applies right now.
Okay. So it is a 9.
Yeah. So he actually takes 6. Yeah, I can do simple math.
I think I'm trying to decide how long this combat will go.
Well, we were shooting for 2 hours, and which means we got about 45 minutes, I think. Because we started at like 4:45. Well, it was a little after that, maybe like 4:50. So we go like 6:50 maybe.
So I think we'll go with they're dead. Yeah. I think so. Or no, because we want to do consequences and stuff because that's your new like all your new stunts and stuff have to do with consequences. So rather than just have this being like a person that just dies, I'll have it be like consequences and stuff.
I mean, I'd rather they just died from loss of stress than having to use my consequences to kill them.
Right.
I mean, if you want to have like one guy who might need consequences and then a few that don't, you can do it however you want. I won't feel gypped if I don't get to use my consequence thing. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think this person's dead. Yeah. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I've sort of built this guy to be a boss killer, more or less. So it doesn't feel bad if I'm shooting little guys and I'm not like getting to use some of my stuff. That's totally fine.
Right. Yeah. That's what yeah. Okay. So that person dies. And then I think we enter a turn order from there, which I can't remember how to do because I've never done it before.
I'm sorry, I rolled notice. It goes through notice in order. We don't have to roll. You can ignore that. It's just whoever has the highest notice goes first.
There we go. I figured out how to do turn order. So.
Oh, you mean the widget? My bad.
Oh no, yeah, you're good. Oh, the combat was so big.
There's a reason it lasted like the whole entire session, and the session was like 2 hours longer than normal.
So, yeah, well, so that was your turn then, or attack? Do we now?
I mean, it's up to you. I didn't roll stealth, so I'm fine with either.
Yeah, you didn't roll stealth, so I think
That's fine.
I think I just need to do. I don't know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Nope. I don't know how to. Ooh, there we go. I just need to add a person. Okay. Big dude. That's what this guy's name is. Absolutely. Okay. And
Little John.
Yeah, little John. That's right. In the Sherwood Forest.
I am Little John, Big John's twin brother. I have all the same exact stats as John.
No, it's Little John from Robin Hood.
Yeah, I know. That was my original joke, and then I realized John was also the name of the guy I just killed. So anyways, go for it.
Okay, give me one second. Turn on this light again. There we go. The light item, or the room I'm in, has an automatic light, and so it only turns on when I like stand up and walk around.
Oh wow, that's infuriating.
Yeah. So
you just got to get a fan.
Yeah.
Spin all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works, but
I don't think it does.
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll have this big dude go. So I think we gotta put a list in here too. I think basically what they're going to do is advance, right? I think they all kind of enter the zone of the train wreckage where Alyssa is. That's kind of what they do on their turn.
Well, unless there's stuff in the way, they don't have to. They can still do a thing as well. You can move a zone for free, unless there's difficult terrain or someone's preventing them from doing that. Which you could say I'm shooting at them, but
I think it's just that they were 2 zones away.
Oh, that's fine.
Trying to set up all the zones or whatever.
Yeah, there was like a tree line empty and a
right.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
So I think we'll do that and have them all get near Alyssa, and then I think Alyssa is going to do.
She should probably GTFO.
Yeah, I think she's going to do like a try to create an advantage of like cover, which I think would be like athletics, or maybe
probably. I don't really feel like anything else. Maybe like stealth if she's better at it. That's not really cover. That's like concealment, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I think we'll do athletics if we're going to just try to get behind something.
That makes sense. She should probably just run towards me, though. If they shoot at her while I'm trying to kill them, though, I mean, I guess they could do that.
But she doesn't know that you're there.
Well, she heard me shoot, yeah.
But she didn't hear your gunshot. She doesn't distinguish.
Well, no, but there was a gunshot from behind her and scary people in front of her. So she either thinks she's trapped or she thinks someone's shooting at them, and one of them died. So that would be a safe bet. I don't know how visual it is. Nighttime. I don't know how noticed she is.
I think from her perspective, she's in the dark searching through a train wreckage with a flashlight.
Okay, that's fine.
And
she probably thinks she's being surrounded.
And she turns off her flashlight and like jumps into the train wreckage and hides behind something.
Yeah. I mean, that could be stealth, honestly, but.
Yeah, I think it is.
If she's literally trying to like not let them know where she is, that'd be stealth. If she's just trying not to get hit by bullets, that's
It doesn't really matter because she doesn't have a better score or whatever in that.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess imagine mechanically though, because if she's succeeds in stealth, they can't shoot at her. They have to look for her. If she's in cover, they can shoot at her, and she'd actually be creating an advantage to not be injured from the bullets. Probably is what cover would do.
Yeah, and then I think.
But I guess I know where she is as much as I can with her inside of a train and me not inside of the train.
So, gang person 1, that's a soldier 1. I'm just not changing the name.
Do they have the same notice? Because you could probably just roll for all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
But I want them to be individuals and not a stack because they are different.
Right, but if they all have the same, I mean, I guess it's fine. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, I
just meant if they were all the same, you could just call it all the same roll. But it's up to you.
This is big dude.
Oh my gosh.
Big dude knows where she is.
Okay. He knows what's up. Well, I guess I'm going to have to kill big dude first then, huh? I mean, that's probably what I would do now that I see them anyways.
Right.
I only didn't shoot big dude first because I didn't know big dude was there, presumably because he was hidden.
Right.
And I think it's my turn, right?
Yes.
All right, big dude. I hope you're bullet resistant. Here we go. I did not shoot at him previously, so I only get +2. That's a 0, you moron. Hello? There we go. I somehow turned my numlock off. I got a 7. It's actually not that great. I rolled a 0.
I didn't create a character sheet for this, so I don't feel like the need to write it out on paper, but he has a stunt. So this is an actual character. I'm just not making a character.
That's fine.
He has a stunt. It was called Take It. And it's basically +2 to athletics to defend. When
that would be the opposite of taking it, yeah. That is dodging it.
Right. No. Yes. But the like stunt is, or I guess could they? I don't think you can do. Could I do like a stunt where they roll physique instead of athletics to like bullet shots?
So basically, you could do more or less what Jared does, where you could say in your case you'd be wearing body armor instead of having a shield, but then you could say use his physique instead of fight like Jared does to defend against bullets. Because the idea is, you're chest bumping it, but you have to have a narrative justification. If it's impossible for you to do narratively, then you also can't do it mechanically. But if he's wearing body armor, narrative or mechanically, he still has to wear athletics unless he has that stuff. So basically, you can just say as long as he's got his body armor, he can roll physique, right?
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I was originally thinking it was like just him as a person, but I guess.
That would be. I mean, we'd be
to negate it.
Yeah, we'd be going into the realm of superhuman if he's able to take a rifle bullet just by being cool.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why we don't let Jared do it, because he has to do. Jared has done exactly what you wanted to do, but with shields and fight, because he can't do that otherwise.
Yeah. Okay, so this is his physique roll then to defend against you.
Okay. I will use my other use of in a tree, and I have a 9 now. So you stick 4 damage.
Okay. Okay, so I'll write that down. Word document. Oh, that is not my Word document. So I think I'm trying to figure out how I should do the costs or whatever that you talked about. But I think what I want to do is say that the minor cost was that there were people that were trying to attack Alyssa.
Right.
And the major cost is still out there.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And I guess they're not technically connected as much as
they don't have to be. I mean, one was a cost for
getting there.
Yes, and one was a cost for chasing her. So I think the idea would be
cost, but
the one with the minor cost was basically that I didn't get there in time. That makes sense, right?
The major cost is more meta.
Yeah, that's fine.
But okay, all right. So then we'll do Big Dude's turn, and he basically calls out to his buddies and is like, "She's in the train wreck," but they still don't know exactly where she is, but they can know the direction. That's just narrative flair.
Well, okay, so just real quick, is he taking 4 damage then?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd actually like to only inflict 3 and use my stunt to get an advantage instead of a boost. So I have Also, did he take a consequence from that shot?
No, just stress.
Okay,
so I think Big Dude is going to attack Alyssa with fight.
Okay. He's going to ignore the fact that I've shot him.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so I guess the way they're reacting to the fact that you're shooting at them is getting to the train. That's cover from you.
Right. But they're not going to return fire?
No.
Okay.
Well, mostly because it's dark, so they can't really see you.
I suppose. I guess this isn't Warhammer. Right. This isn't Call of Duty. I don't have a giant beacon coming out of my scope.
Although you didn't roll stealth. Maybe you should.
I didn't. They know where I am. I'm not being stealthy.
Okay.
If you want them to know where I am, then they know where I am.
Okay, yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
It's dark out.
I literally have minus... Oh, I don't have minus any stealth. I should probably have minus stealth. But I have -2 contacts. Apparently people don't like me very much. Who would have thought?
It's dark outside is the aspect for this scene.
Fair. Baby, it's done.
Yeah. Okay, so so they know where you are, but I think they're still just going to try.
That's fine. They can do what you think makes sense.
Are you ready to have a donut?
I did. But I'll have these cookies too. Thank you so much. It's almond milk.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's fine.
No, you would want that.
It's okay. Thank you very much. I love you. Okay. So yeah, I think he just like tries to grab her basically, and is just going to do like an overcome action to get her to capture her.
Yeah.
So he rolls 5, and I don't think she has anything to any type of. Yeah, she doesn't. So she rolls fight in return.
I mean, she can't beat him if she doesn't have a bonus.
Oh, she can't.
Oh, shoot. Oh, never mind. I left roll 20. I thought I was going to cut my feed for some reason. No, because 4 is the best you can get. And so she doesn't have a bonus. She can't beat at 5.
Oh, it just doesn't matter. I thought you were saying she can't roll fight.
Oh, no, I just mean, yeah, she mathematically, unless you're going to spend your fate point on her, which I highly doubt, she can't. Yeah, she can't beat him.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do that. And,
although I guess it matters for success by style, which he did get. So never mind. I guess she should still roll, which she did. But yeah, I retract my statement.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so basically big dude like grabs Alyssa and basically like ducks down into the train wreck.
Right.
And then I think the other soldiers also like are just gonna why don't I just make them a group? Just let's just keep it easy.
Okay.
I'll just make them a group of 3 people, and I'm gonna have them create an advantage of cover.
Yeah.
Train wreck. I guess the roll would be. What did we say? I guess it's stealth.
I mean, like, I think athletics makes sense if. I think you can argue a lot of things, honestly, because you could argue shoot because cover in a gunfight is part of shooting. You could argue notice because part of using cover well is not jumping out when your opponent's going to shoot you. You could argue stealth if you're just using it as concealment and you don't want them to know where you go after you go into cover. You could argue athletics because you're just talking about, using the cover effectively, which is about physical speed. So honestly, you could argue any 4 of those, in my opinion. We should probably pick one.
I'll pick athletics, and,
okay.
I'll say
I think that makes the most
I think
overall sense.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so they got a 0, so they don't succeed.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
I think that means I get a boost, right? If you fail at creating an advantage, you create the advantage, but your opponent gets an invoke. That's what it is.
Doesn't have to be. GM can decide whether or not it.
Well, I don't think you just decide that never happens. Hold on a second. I don't know. Because why would you ever have that happen to your own people? You know what I mean? That I feel like that can't be the rule. I got to read it. Hold on.
You know what, David? Just to spite you, I am going to decide that it gives them a negative advantage. Because what GM would do that, right? This guy.
Well, no, I think there is a decision, but I don't think it's between nothing or something. I think it's between something or something else, is what I'm saying.
No, it's optional.
But none of the other failed are optionals. That can't be. Hold on. What do I have? This stupid PDF.
But it's optional for the GM, not for the players. So the GM can decide to give a negative advantage, but doesn't have to.
That just sounds like bad design. But it's up to you. You can do what you want.
Thin cover. So they think they have cover and they don't.
Right. I mean, that was what I was expecting. But yeah, for a player, I guess if we rolled to create advantage and failed, it would create, the other team would get an invoke. Right. Which also means you can still use it. You just have to spend a point.
Right. Oh yeah, I got to put the little brackets in there for you.
Caleb says he's pretty sure you're right. In which case, I guess it's just poor design, but that's fine.
Okay. So then what were we doing? So Alyssa's turn. I guess she'll try to break free, but I don't think she's going to be able to. Let's try. Because her fight is +0. Yeah, so she got a -1. I don't even think it's necessary to roll, but I will. 4. Okay. So.
Yeah, it is actually necessary because it determines whether or not he succeeds with style. Which, I'll be honest, I don't remember what that does either. But in this case,
it's an overcome.
Right, but there is a thing, I think. I think it's basically just narrative. I think you basically just get to be like, I do the thing really well. But like, okay, when you succeed with style at an overcome action, you get a boost as well.
Okay, so he'll get a boost. You say firm grip. How do I? There we go. They're all one color. Yes. Sorry, everybody. And then it is your turn, David.
Oh, okay. It looks like when you fail a create advantage, you choose whether or not you don't make it, or whether or not your opponent gets whether or not it gets created, but your opponent gets an invoke. So it's not just the GM. It's either side. Which
Okay.
makes more sense. I was like, it would be really stupid if the way that just that one move on that one result has a thing where only the GM can be like, nah. That would be really, really pathetic. All right. Anyways, sorry. I guess I will. I guess I can't shoot a big guy, right? He's in the train. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Then I will shoot at the group instead. I've not injured them. So
what happens is you shift your weight and you fall out of the tree.
Okay, that's the
major cost.
Major cost. Okay, that's fine. Do you want me to make an athletics roll?
Yeah.
What's the difficulty here?
I think the difficulty is, I think this will be like an attack.
Yep.
You're cool with that? So I think the difficulty is 4.
Okay. I don't get hurt, but okay. I'm not in a tree anymore. Yep. Is that going to be my turn as well? I
think so. So you fall out of the tree and
yeah.
But so tell me, okay, your arm's in a sling. You're bracing the gun with your leg to shoot. How in the world does David manage to do this and fall off the tree?
Well, okay, so I think I'm tracking the other guy, right? And then he goes in, I'm like, oh, okay. So then I shift to shoot the other guy and I pull the trigger, but my positioning is off now. And so the shot goes wide and the recoil pushes me just enough that I slip because I'm using my knee awkwardly as a brace. And so then, I just kind of like push myself off of the limb I'm sitting on basically with recoil. And then I don't catch my balance. And then I basically tumble out of the tree.
Okay.
And then, I probably managed to catch like a branch with, well, I guess I probably dropped my rifle, managed to like catch a branch on the way down to like slow myself and then drop and grab my rifle and look around and I'm like, oh, no, crap. But yeah, go for it. It's your turn now.
Yep.
Big turn, I should say.
I like that. That was fun. Okay. So I'll have big dude just roll in athletics to try to escape.
So he's going to try and cover more than one zone in a turn, is what you're saying?
Yeah. And I guess, do you have to say you're actively opposing before this, or how does that work?
That's irrelevant because if someone's actively opposing him, it just means he has to make a roll. So the way it works is you can move one zone for free. And actually, I think we should have done it a little differently last turn. I don't think you can ever just move a second zone. What you can do is you can move a zone for free. And then if you want to move more zones, you have to make a roll. That is your action. It's an overcome roll. And it is harder based on how many zones you're traversing, how difficult those zones are to traverse, and whether or not somebody is impeding you. Now, if someone's actively impeding you, I don't know if that's like I don't know how you gauge how difficult their impediment is. I don't know if you would just give them a boost to their roll for actively opposing. I don't really know. But as far as I'm aware, that's how it works. So in this case, he has Alyssa trying to stop him, obviously. I'm assuming flailing. He's trying to move one extra zone, it sounds like, unless he's trying to move more than that. Because he can move out into the open ground. But if he wants to move out to the tree line, he has to move an extra zone.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
And so it's up to you whether or not the trees in that zone would slow him down or not. I guess it just depends on where you narrate him being in the zone, I suppose.
I don't think so. I was wondering about like, are you opposing him?
I think it has to be like a physical impediment. I don't think I can like be shooting at. I mean, I probably am, but I don't think that actually prevents him from moving. But if you actually want him to like escape the combat, he'll probably have to move more zones, because I can actually, from where I am, get pretty close to him anyways. So
what did you say if he's trying to escape the combat? I what?
Like, I mean, I guess it's kind of up to you how it works, but there isn't really like a roll to get away. It's kind of just like if you moved enough zones away and then rolled like a stealth roll, I'd have to play. And there's probably some steps involved, but he can get far enough away from me that he's in the tree line. Although mechanically, unless he rolls stealth, I'll still know where he is, I guess, kind of. But in the same way that they knew where I was when I didn't roll stealth, kind of thing. But,
yeah, so I think he's just trying to reach the tree line, and he can stealth at a different time. But
right. So in this case, it would just be probably like I imagine it's probably like 2 difficulty per zone, and then that's my own thought. I didn't read that anywhere, so it's up to you. And then it would be probably another 2 from someone resisting him. That's just my guess, because this game likes 2s. So I would say you're moving 1 zone for free. Well, I mean, I don't know that Alyssa counts as competent enough impediment to require him to roll for all of his movement.
That's what I was thinking, because you succeeded with style.
Well, that gives him a boost, so he can use that, and that will help him. What I meant was I feel like he could probably still argue moving 1 zone for free and then rolling. But it's up to you. You can decide. I feel like she probably would be some level of impediment if he's trying to move the entire way with her squirming, but it probably wouldn't be super severe. Basically, I think he's probably hitting a 4. That's my opinion. If I was going to put a difficulty in this, I'd put it at a 4.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that makes sense. So I'll roll him.
Also, if you fail, you don't move at all, I should say.
Roll his athletics.
Nice. Okay.
So
that means he gets to the tree line.
But this is technically an overcome, correct?
Yeah, but he has a boost.
Right. So he'll
Unless you added it already.
No, he'll just use this free boost. And
yeah, I mean, the boost was basically that she's not bothering him that much anyway, so it makes sense that it would apply to this roll. So
right. So that's taken up, and so he's in the tree line now.
Okay.
And then I think the other soldiers are just gonna try to fire at you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they get a 2.
Okay. Well, I get a bonus if I'm being shot at by someone at which I can also shoot. So I'm returning fire basically to try and keep them from having good shots. So my only thing. I have so many things now. I think that's my only thing. That was an abysmal roll, but I got it.
Ow. Okay, yeah. Holy crap.
I got a minus 3 to that roll. Ugh.
Okay, so
as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, so they shoot at you and nothing happens. And then it is your turn. Or I guess it's Alyssa's turn. She can
She can fail.
Yeah, she can fail. I think what she's gonna do instead of like trying to make a roll, David, is she just like starts crying out for help.
Right.
So
thanks. That's real helpful. All right.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. That's true. I guess it is helpful. It means that I'll be able to track him.
Right.
I mean, right now he hasn't rolled stealth or anything like that. But actually, no. She should create an advantage that will impede him if he tries to stealth.
Oh.
So I don't know what that would be. Is there a conspicuous skill?
Now let me look at.
I don't think there's like a be loud skill.
No, but
provoke, maybe being loud and annoying. Physique, having good lungs. I think she's probably not good at either of those. I'm gonna guess. I feel like I personally feel like maybe provoke would make sense. She's just trying to be loud.
Yeah,
I guess
she doesn't have that skill, but
yeah, certainly. That's true. What's the difficulty for her though? You got to set one. How hard is it for her to be loud enough that I can track them? I imagine it's not very difficult, but she also rolled pretty badly. So
I think a 3.
okay, so she doesn't get it. So he probably just like shuts her up.
Yeah.
Narratively, right? She might go for it again another round, but
yeah,
this doesn't help him at all or her at all right now. Okay, so I am going to. How many zones are between me and the train? Is it tree line train or tree line open train like it wasn't the other way?
Yeah, tree line open train.
Okay, I figured. Then I will also. I gotta look. I mean, we already did Sway, so we'll stick with it for now. I don't know if it works where you move a zone and then you can roll to move more zones, or if you decide that you want to move more zones, you just have to do that. I don't know which one it is, but we'll stick with what I said earlier since that's how we.
Well, because I think it's you if you roll and fail, you don't move at all. So I don't think you can move.
Right, but I don't know if that counters your free move or not. That's what I'm saying. Because there are instances where your free move would require a roll anyways. And so that's why I'm not sure how the interaction works there necessarily. But we already did it once where. Oh yeah, Caleb linked the text for the roll previously we were talking about. But anyways, so because we already did it that way, where he moved once and then just rolled for moving one extra zone, I'll do the same. So I'm going to move into the open ground, and then I assume, because the train was not very far inland, right? So I assume that I can move around the train, right?
What do you mean move around the train?
So like if I assume that the zone I'm in is attached to zones where one it would be the train and one would be like in front of the train, right? That's my picturing. Tell me if I'm wrong, I guess. Basically, do I have to go through the train or can I go around it to get to him? Because the train was only like one and a half cars out into the land. So there's not much train here.
Right, yeah.
So I'm assuming I can go around it pretty easily, right? Is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fine.
Okay. Because basically I don't want to have to run through these people because it will be difficult. I'd like to run around them. So I'm going to move into that zone, and then I'd like to move 2 zones so that I'm in the same zone as he is. So basically I'll be rolling the same difficulty he was because I don't have someone fighting me. So I'll be rolling. The idea is I'm moving 2 extra zones, so it'd be 2 and 4.
Okay. If
that seems fair.
Yeah.
He moved 1 extra zone, but with someone fighting him. So that's why I figured 4 made sense for him. Right. That all? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just making sure I'm being fair here. Okay, so here we go. I got a 6, so I get there.
Yeah.
So now because I'm in the same zone as him, I can, you can move around in the zone you're in freely. So basically I catch up to them.
Right.
I mean, I might not be like holding him, but I'm there. I can try and beat him now as well. Basically, right. I think is the way that would work. I assume. Yeah, it's up to you. I'm behind him technically. So
no, that makes sense. I think that's fine.
Your call. Okay. Excellent. I think that's your turn. My turn done though, because it takes an action to do that. So
yeah. So then I think big dude just kind of like throws Alyssa to the ground and like pulls out like this big knife.
Okay.
And he's like, "Let's go, buddy." And he lunges at you and tries to stab you.
Okay. I don't even know who you are. All right.
So he rolls a 3.
Okay. I will roll my athletics. I am able to shoot at him, so I get a +2. I get a 7. Which means I succeed with style.
Yep.
Yay. Which means what? I get a boost, I think. Yeah.
We don't name boost, though, do we?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a boost against him.
Yep. Here's my boosty boost.
In which case, then it's the soldier's turn. I think they all just enter into the open space towards you guys, but don't enter the forest.
Right.
And then it's Alyssa's turn.
But they can shoot at me too.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're just moving one zone, so they got their movement or their gun. I mean, also thin cover no longer applies because they're no longer in thin cover, so you can get rid of that.
Okay.
So I can take advantage of that.
They'll shoot at you. They got a 4. No, you're fine.
Okay. I'm not gonna say that I can shoot at them here because I don't think that tracks because I'm engaging someone 180 degrees the other direction from them. Yeah. So just gonna roll my athletics, but I get a 4, so that means they gain a boost.
Okay. Okay.
It's too bad I wasn't shooting at them.
Okay.
All right.
What did you say, David?
It says too bad I wasn't able to shoot at them because then I would have got a +2 and they wouldn't have been boost. Yeah. But I don't think that makes sense.
So then it's Alyssa's turn.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
And I think Alyssa's going to play the stealth game.
Okay. That didn't work very well for her. Actually, it worked okay for her last time. But
she's going to roll stealth.
All right, I know where she went.
And this is his notice roll, big guy's notice roll. 4. Okay.
She could use It's Dark Outside if you want to spend your point.
No, I don't think it's really that helpful.
It wouldn't actually help. Well, actually, it would. She succeeded at cost, but anyway. All right. She could move. She could move into another zone. This guy's fighting me. I don't know that he'd necessarily be able to actively oppose her in that. And the other guys are in the other zone still. I don't necessarily want her to do that. But
no, I think she just tries to stealth and doesn't.
Okay, that's fine. So are we in melee? Has he attacked me yet? He did, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and I have not attacked him yet. So okay. So I was just trying to sort out my bonuses here. So fortunately for me, I can shoot in melee. So 9.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
I got a +2 there. It's a decent roll.
So I think he rolls physique to take it.
Yeah, he's just shaking it down his armor.
But
which also means I'm apparently only shooting his armor like a moron. But that's this game. It's mine.
Well, I think that's part of his stunt is that he always tilts his body in that direction. I don't know how that works exactly, but
he just halo jumps.
That's right. Yeah, so he takes.
Well, I mean, I'm going to use bigger problems and boosty boosts. So he takes. I've got a 13 instead.
Wait, he got a 13?
Yep, I'm going to use I was waiting to see if you were going to do anything, but I'm using I got a advantage for getting extra damage on him last time.
Yep.
And then I got a boost for a second ago, so it's +4. So 13, yeah.
Which means.
So he takes 9 damage. No, wait, no. What?
That's
my brain. I will, because 9 is what I rolled, and 4 is what he rolled. So to cancel out his roll and take 9 damage. Oh, it was +4. Why did I think it was +3? I need to go back to sleep. Yeah, he takes 9 damage.
Yeah, okay. So that's going to be.
All right.
That's going to be a severe consequence.
I'm actually only going to deal mate damage. I'm going to keep bigger problems. Basically, because I'm going to use it to get an advantage instead. Basically, is what that does. But, why is it so huge?
I'll take this 4 stress box and a moderate consequence.
Okay. Also, I get 2 invokes on that consequence.
So gut shot.
Yeah. Wait. I guess I shot through his armor.
Yeah. I think so. I think your round just went through and sunk.
I shoot him in the gut and I'm like, so what did you do with John's body, freaks?
He's just like, what?
You worked for John, right? That giant oaf I shot in the head. His body's not there anymore.
He's just like, what are you talking about?
All right.
Go ahead and roll an empathy check.
Hey, I got a 3. I did it good. Oh, sorry.
One of those things. Yeah.
Okay. I think, yeah, you can tell that he's telling the truth. Yeah, he's not trying to lie to you or anything like that.
So I look confused, like, who are you guys again? And then, I mean, he probably tries to kill me, but.
Yes. Yeah, he just lunges at you with a dagger. Oh, he gets a 6. Okay.
Not too bad, though. All right.
Okay.
I get an 8.
Okay.
I got a +2 on that roll too. I'm actually rolling pretty decent this fight.
Yeah. And then soldier's turn. So yeah, so he lunges at you with a dagger, and I mean you just sidestep him.
Right. Or to be clear, I'm actively shooting at him this whole time. That's why. So
I think you like, unless you want to narrate it, I think you like
are
shooting at him and like shooting at his feet basically.
Yeah, I'm doing my gun kata thing, but like instead of just missing him, I'm like also keeping him from being able to attack.
Right. So yeah, he basically like falls over and like can't keep up with the can't close the distance, I guess you could say. So I think he like falls and like tucks behind a tree.
Okay.
And then I think the soldiers are gonna fire at you.
Yeah.
But they're gonna move into the forest area and they're gonna fire at you.
Okay.
You get a 4.
I got a 2.
Okay, so you take 2.
I'm gonna use bigger problems for this to get a 4.
Okay. You don't take any damage.
Yep. They get a boost though.
Okay.
Because they tie.
So
I was gonna say I'm gonna use it to shoot big guy, but I have consequences on big guy, so it's basically over for him now.
Yeah. Okay, and then it's Alyssa's turn. I think she's gonna just try to stealth again.
Wait,
she's doing the whole like troll thing from Lord of the Rings, right? She's tucking herself behind a tree, and like the cave troll scene with Frodo when he's like hiding behind the and he keeps like shifting.
That's what meant she was being the troll, and I'm like, ow.
Oh no. Trolls are stealthy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Great. All right. I've just realized, I think, so I don't know that you're normally able to get multiple invocations on a consequence under normal circumstances. And I've just realized that this game lets you use multiple things in one roll. And if I also get a +2 from using consequences, but I also get 2 consequences, then I can I get a +6 anytime I do a consequence to somebody when I shoot them.
Right.
I didn't do the math on previously, but that's absurd.
Right.
So I have to rework that. I'm going to limit myself to only using 1 consequence for now, because that was how I imagined it going, which is much more reasonable.
Right.
So we can decide how we want to rule that for later, but for now I'm going to do it that way.
Okay.
I'm looking for the charging cord. Just keep going.
Okay, so she rolled a 2 for stealth.
Yes, and then both the big guy and the other soldiers found him.
All right, I also know where she is. Okay. I will attempt to shoot Big Dude again. However, this time I have shot at him previously. So he's in trouble.
Yes. So he's
all right. I got a 6. This is before any of his consequences go through.
Right.
So I'm going to see what he rolls first. Not that it really
I
matters.
looked. I don't know where. It's not up there.
Okay, say that again. That's before all of the modifiers.
I haven't done anything yet. This is just my roll. Yeah. Although that was actually a pretty terrible roll. I got a -3 on that roll. I had a +9 to it. And I got a 6.
So his defense roll is a
Robert.
3.
Okay. I mean, I might as well go all in then. I'll use, as much as I'm allowing myself before we rebalance this. So I'll use one of his consequences that I got. And then because I'm using a consequence, I get another +2. So I'm at 10 now. So he's taking 7 damage right now.
So, and he'll use both of his boosts.
I think the soldiers got the boosts from attacking me.
But they came in and are firing at you. So I think he'll use those. I think they got both of them, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you might have to be the one that uses your boost, but I'm not positive. It doesn't matter. Go for it. I don't really care.
Okay. All right, yeah. And then, so that's a...
Instead of 5, so he takes 5 damage instead.
Yeah, okay.
Or, no, I'm sorry. He's at a 7, so he takes 3 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Boosts in my version only do +1, so that's why I keep confusing myself.
So he's taking 2 stress and then mild consequence of scraped.
Okay. I get 2 invokes on that.
Yep. Okay, and then big guy will... I think he like ducks from behind, or you just shot him. So
I guess I should narrate stuff that I'm doing.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so so basically I guess like he's using the boosts from the guys behind me. So I'm having to move to put trees between me and them so I don't get shot. So I'm like getting less of a good angle at him and I just kind of clip him with it. But yeah, go for it.
So I think he basically we get like a quiet part, and he runs away basically after you clip him, and then we get like this quiet moment, and he jumps from behind you and tries to stab you.
Okay.
And he gets a 6.
All right. Let's see if I'm fast enough.
Just to like, it's dark, and so he basically falls into the shadows for a second, and then no mechanical effect there. But
Right. Well, I'm not shooting at him if he's surprising me, so there is a mechanical effect, but that's fine. That's fair. We didn't roll very well there.
Well, but he runs at you.
Oh.
And so
Okay.
it's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I
Pop
get
off some shots, yeah.
I get a 4 then. So he does 2 damage to me.
Okay.
2 damages to my stress boxes. Right. And soldier's turn.
Okay.
Throw more pop rocks at me.
The laptop will probably die here in a second.
Oh, no.
We'll just switch over to the phone. So
Oh,
we just
okay.
can't find the charging cord, which is unfortunate.
Are you going to be able to use Roll20 of the phone?
No. Yeah, we're almost done anyway. So yeah, well, I'll just finish up on my phone. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So you took the 2 damage, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So then it's not Big Dude's turn. It's the soldier's turn.
Yep.
And I think they're gonna try to shoot at Alyssa since she keeps failing her stealth roll. They're just gonna be like, boss, we're just gonna take out the girl. And they just start firing at her.
Okay. Oh, geez.
Oh crap! They just got 5. Okay.
This needs to not get a negative roll.
What's that?
She just needs to not get a negative roll.
Yep. And when she has 0 to athletics, so
Right. So that is a possibility. Yeah.
50-50 chance to get a negative roll.
Yeah.
Or positive. So 0.
Just get 0.
So she takes moderate consequence then.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause she probably has at least 1 and a 2 stress and a 1 and a 2, or a 2 and a 4.
Right. Yeah.
So,
So I think she's gonna do.
oops.
I think she like doesn't get shot, but she tumbles down like a hill, and like slams her back on.
Oh, ouch! Yeah.
Okay. Took a tumble off the cliff is the name of, or no, because we don't need. Yeah, we do name consequences.
Yeah, you do.
Took a tumble off the cliff, like Aragorn.
Yeah, as you wish.
Tumble off the cliff.
As you wish.
What's that?
I said, as you wish.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, all right.
I hope Melissa watches this one day and thinks that's really funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to shoot at the soldiers then because they're being tools.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So here we go. Got a 9.
California. Okay. I forget what we decided their athletics was.
I don't think I've shot at them yet.
Located. So we're just going to give them a +1.
Okay.
I think they're all dead. Even if it had been a +3, like I was debating,
yes,
they would take 6. And even if they all had 2 health, which they probably would, so they're dead. So you just take them all out.
Technically, if they have 2 health, they need to do 3 damage because they have to not be able to allocate it.
Okay.
So this roll would kill 3 of them. If they had a +3, it would not.
So I'll just say they don't have +3, and it is like it is, and so they.
All right. So I'm like, that's rude. And I turn around and just hit 3 shots and they die.
Yep. 3 headshots, basically.
Yep. And then I turn back around to, which is such a movie thing. I'm trying to kill this guy for 10 minutes and then I turn around and pop 3 people in the head and turn around and miss this guy again, I'm sure. Stupid. But that's how it is.
Yep, that's exactly how it is.
Fate does movies. That's how it does it.
Yep. And so then big dude basically just like screams and tries to like charge you again with his deck. You know what? No. I think he concedes. I think he just like drops his knife. He just like falls to his knees and he's just like, all right, you got me. We were just trying to take the girl. And we were just she was lost and just trying to make sure that she wasn't gonna you shot at us first and he's just like terrified and he's just fumbling over his words and he's just at your mercy.
Okay, I ask him who he works for. Well, okay, so if he's conceding, there's a concession. So I mean, you get to make a concession. I have to make a concession to you, I guess is the way I would phrase that about the fight, right? If I had beaten him, I would decide exactly what happened to him. But because he surrenders, you get a say.
Oh, right.
So, unless you don't want one, in which case we just move on. But,
yeah, I don't want one. I think he just puts his knees.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not an important enough character for you to care about.
Yeah, I don't. It's whatever.
I mean, I'm probably just going to shoot him. I feel like it'd be pretty out of character for me not to shoot him, so I'll just do that.
So I think before you do, we're gonna get a little moment where Liz it like comes off of a branch like Tarzan. And what I mean like Tarzan is
like hangs by her legs.
Yeah, hangs by her legs. Yes. And just like appears before you and she's just like, what are you doing?
Okay, is it actually Liz or am I having a vision? Okay.
No, it's Liz.
You told me this would be trippy, and
I didn't. I took it back.
Oh, that was the part you took back. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, it hasn't been trippy yet. Maybe I'm having a in my mind moment here. I start talking to the tree, and he's like, "I think I'm good. I'm gonna get out of here." No. Yeah. You got to compel here for me?
Yeah. You still have a fate point, correct?
I have 2 fate points.
Right. So you can still refuse the compel.
I can, yes.
I'll do a line and chains, and I'll compel you.
The lion part or the chains part? To kill him?
To kill him.
Okay.
Because you've been bedridden and you've been bored. And you just were able to kill those 3 people, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I think I look at it and I'm like, well, so I'll take a big point. I'll just take yours because you're gonna need it.
Was the one in Did you do those ones?
Go ahead.
So I look at her and I'm like, cleaning up a mess. Don't watch. And I just shoot him in the head.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I give her a second to not watch because I've told her not to watch. But I assume she probably doesn't care what I say. And then I'm going to go look for Alyssa because she rolled down a hill.
Yeah. Do you say anything to Liz?
Yeah, I look at her like, so where were you?
Well, she just gasps and she's just like horrified
Yeah.
that you just did that.
Yeah.
I couldn't say horrified, but she's she's butthurt about it. She's like, why? Why did you just do that?
What do you think they were going to do to her?
And
he said we were just going to, and then he said they were going to try and give her, I don't know, make sure she wasn't lost because he didn't want to say what they were going to do because you know what they were going to do. Right. Now they can't. Let's move on. Alyssa might be hurt. I have some questions to ask her.
She just says, but what about you?
What do you mean, what about me? I'm fine. See? I pat my body and there's no blood. Well, I mean, other than my arm.
Oh yeah, that totally like has to pick the whole scene for us as well. Because the whole time you did all of that with an arm in your
Yeah, I forgot about that, honestly, for some of it. I was doing pretty good about remembering it at the beginning, and then once you got fighting, I forgot.
Yep.
I actually was thinking that like when he fell out of the tree, his like sling came off. Oh, I never said it out loud. So I actually imagined him not having a sling the whole time. Not that he was using his arm, but just because I think it was more dramatic that way.
But okay, so
yes, this is what about me? I'm fine.
I think she just like doesn't know what to say to that, and you go find Alyssa.
All right. Well, I mean, I asked her if she's coming.
She does.
Actually,
always behind you. I
probably tell her to go back.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because I don't want her here anymore than I want anybody else here. I'm like, I've still got some cleaning to do. You might want to go back.
Okay. I think. Make either make a roll for that though.
Are you sure? Okay. Is that rapport? I assume. Oh, we lost Connor. Oh no. I guess I'll just make the roll in his absence. It's going to be terrible anyways. Oh, I got a 2. It's a miracle. It's probably going to destroy the overlays, but that is what it is.
Hello.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
How's it going, Connor Space? Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Did you make the roll?
I got a 2, which is much better than I expected to get. I have a -1.
I don't remember what she has for any like will skills or anything like that. So you just want to slash roll.
She's pretty obstinate, but What do you want
slash roll 40F.
Yep, +1.
And just give her a +2 for it since she's obstinate.
She got a 6.
She got a 6? She got a +4 roll? What?
I mean, I got a +3, but I have a garbage modifier. So.
That's hilarious. Okay, yeah. So she just says, "No, I'm staying right here."
She all right, then stay right here, and then I go to wherever Alyssa is.
She follows you. No, you say, then stay right here. And she says, "No, I'm coming with you."
Like, make up your mind, kid.
She's like, "What?" And she just says, and like crosses her arms and just like goes to find Alyssa.
All right. Well, listen, if you're gonna come with, don't make any noise, and Don't blame me for whatever you see. All right.
She's like, you're not going to kill Alyssa, are you?
Sure hope not. And I go down there. And I turn around and go down there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so so you find Alyssa, and she's just kind of beaten up and bruised, and she's crying.
Okay, so yeah, I just squat down in front of her and I like check her over, see if she's been shot.
She hasn't been.
Okay.
And she kind of bats at you like get off me kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And she just says that.
Right. All right, you got some questions. You got some questions to answer.
She looks at you and she's just like, "Are you serious? Look at me. Just bring me back."
No, you've got some questions to answer. What are you doing out here? What are we doing with the train?
It's none of your business.
I mean, I just
Back
killed
off,
4
David.
people. It is my business. You'd be dead if it wasn't. Well, you wouldn't be dead yet. You should probably wish you were. So tell me what you're doing out here.
Um.
You want me to?
Yeah, I think she just kind of like waits for a second, and then she like reaches in her pocket and she pulls out her wedding ring.
Okay.
And she just is like, this is what I came here for.
And you can tell
lost
anybody
it.
that you came here to look for that?
And she says, we were under house arrest. We wouldn't have been let out.
Ryan was in house arrest with you. You didn't bother telling your husband that you were going to run off. He thought you'd been kidnapped. He was almost right. He would have been right if he hadn't given me such a hard time about it. And he would have been right if Lynn hadn't told me you got us all killed and made me come after you. Almost got us all killed.
I think she just starts crying and just says, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do any of this. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. And then she reaches down and actually, you know what? No, yeah, she doesn't. So,
Okay.
yeah, she just starts crying.
Okay.
And she says, "Are you going to kill me now?" After a few moments.
He says, I've got one more question to ask. I want to see the proof they sent you that they had your kids.
See it?
Prove to me that they had your kids the same way they proved it to you.
The sat phone they gave me is broken now. I can't.
You talked to the kids?
Yes. Believe me, I was sure.
Crap. I can't tell if she's lying or not. I rolled a 0 on an empathy. I forgot you can't see the chat. Or wait, can you?
Yeah.
Can you see can you see
No,
the
I can't
rolls?
see it.
Okay. I got a 0 to see if she was lying, which I know she's not, but no, I don't know if she's not. Gosh. All right. So yeah, he just sighs. All right, get up. Come on. Who knows how many more of these morons are out here in the woods?
Yeah. Okay. I want you to make a notice roll as well.
Okay.
And
I got 3.
I think the difficulty is
Oh, sorry. I guess I should have waited. So mad at that.
Okay, let's say the difficulty is like 3 as well, and then I'll use a fate points.
Well, I mean, I've got 3 fate points. I mean, I'll just spend 1.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I got to have a thing to spend it on, though. I guess I don't know what I'm looking for here, but I mean, I've got gun on the wall, which is kind of a watching out for things, defending sort of thing. If that applies, I'll use that. If not, then well, I suppose you've also got to have a thing to spend the fate point on.
Yeah, but I can't look at her character sheet, so I don't know. No, I know which one it is, but I don't want to say, 'cause if you don't succeed, I don't want to.
She has. Oh, her sheet looks so weird. What the heck? She has.
What's that?
I'm looking at her sheet. But her sheet looks super weird compared to ours. Well, I think it's in editing mode. That's why I think
it's in editing mode. Okay.
Yeah. She has teacher of the old, striving for the new. I will protect those I care about at all costs, and always picking up strays. Those are her aspects. So if one of those makes sense to hide what she's hiding, if that's the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then does I'm the gun on the wall make sense for detecting what she's hiding?
I think so.
Okay. Then I will spend a fate point as well, and we're back to tying. So I succeeded a cost in that case.
Okay.
A minor cost.
And a minor cost.
Yeah.
Let me think this through. I don't know what the minor cost would be.
Well, I mean, why don't you tell me what I notice, and
so
maybe I'll tell you if I have any ideas.
There's something else that she got from the train wreckage.
Okay. I see.
That she was trying to hide from you.
So maybe I noticed that she has something else, but she moves it too quickly for me to see what it is.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. And she has it on her person, and you not just going to grab it.
Well, I mean, that's what you think.
Rob, that's the my suggestion.
I assume she hit it. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, excuse me, what was that?
It is the washer.
No, to her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't hear the washer. You're fine.
Oh, good. That's good. But what was that you said?
Yeah. So I stop. I'm like, all right, what was that?
She looks at you and frowns.
Don't play coy with me. I saw it. Show me what it is.
I think she like turns her nose at you, and she's just like, or what?
Liz is still here, right?
Yes. And I think she glances over at Liz, like, you're not going to do anything while she's here.
Yeah. I look at her and I'm like, don't forget the position you're in.
And she says, don't forget the position that you're in.
I'm well aware where I stand. You want me to roll? I can roll provoke if you want.
Roll provoke, difficulty 4.
Okay. The difficulty won't be her will?
No.
So she has 0 will. Do you want to? I would adjust her will based on how unwilling she is. So if she's that unwilling, then +4 makes sense. But we can do whatever we want. Never mind. Sorry. Provoke +2.
Yeah. Difficulty
4.
It is in terms of like her desire to keep this.
Yeah, I got a -1. I rolled a -3. I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll that. Okay. I am the wasteland ferryman, and where I stand is I kill people. So.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I got a 1. Not even good enough to bump up with my last point.
Okay. Yeah.
I rolled a -1 on that one too. So.
You want to spend your other fate point?
No, it wouldn't help. I'd only get up to a 3. So.
You don't want to spend your other fate point to reroll.
Oh. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna take it from her instead.
Oh, okay. All right. So how does that play out then?
I mean, I'm just gonna like grab her arm and try and take it out of wherever it is.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm not. You would succeed at that.
right?
I have a 3 physique and a 4 athletics. So if I didn't
Right, yeah.
succeed at that, I would have some qualms.
Right. So we don't need to roll for that. But
Okay.
but if you do this, Liz is going to be like traumatized because of this.
I'm not going to hurt her. I'm just going to make her give me the thing.
Right. But it's
Right.
going to look like you're hurting her. And she's going to be very dramatic about it.
Well, why don't we roll then? Because if I roll well enough, maybe I can make it look like I'm not hurting her.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm very clearly just too strong for her to stop anything, then it's different than if I'm like bending her arm backwards to make her comply kind of thing,
Right.
which I might have to do if it's hard enough.
Well, what I was thinking is like it's in her pocket. Right. And so it's like
Yeah.
it looks awful to Liz.
Okay. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Liz. I say, if you don't get it from her, I will.
I think she looks at Alyssa, and Alyssa tries to run,
Oh my gosh.
and
It's like, where are you?
And-
What are you doing?
and I think Liz turns back to you and is just like, no, just let her have it, David. What's the big problem anyway?
I don't know. That's what we're finding out. And I'm going to jog after.
Okay, yeah.
People don't hide things unless they have something to hide. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess now we'll do the thing. All right, well, so yeah, when I say that, it's like, so am I doing this or are you?
Yeah, I think we'll just say that she gets it from her.
Yeah,
I think she
no,
just is like hates it, and
Right.
but she knows that when you're this way, she can't win.
Right.
and
And
she-
it's better that she does it than me because
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the sat phone, and it's not. It's kind of broken, but not.
but it's
It looks
functional.
like it survived the crash. It just doesn't work.
Okay.
It's just malfunctioning.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I get it from Liz. Like, thanks. I appreciate that. I wouldn't have wanted to have to do that in front of you. I look at Alyssa and I'm like, so I can tell it's not working, right?
Yes.
All right. And what's the point of hiding this from us?
She says, I just wanted to know if they're alive.
What we can do, it doesn't work. How it's going to get fixed unless somebody fixes it.
I don't know. I'm just- I'm trying.
No, other than that, it was,
I
it was
just-
almost 10. It was 9:45.
I just wanted to know that they were alive. And nobody trusts me. And I don't think they ever will again.
I'm going to have to be a little quieter now because Gwendolyn's going to put Ruth's going to put Gwendolyn to bed, rather. So let me turn myself up a little bit. Yeah, so he says, well, this certainly wasn't going to help. If you want to fix this, you got to stop doing random garbage like this. Don't run off without telling anybody. Don't hide things. You got to earn trust if you're going to get it back, if they even let you.
I think she looks at you and she's like super confused. And she's like, why aren't you killing me right now?
Yeah. I think he says, well, it's not a one-man decision anymore. Plus, it's not like you didn't have a reason. Not that makes it okay, but it definitely doesn't make it as bad.
I think she looks over at Liz, and I think she like nods to herself. And she's like, the Grinch does have a heart. And she smiles a little bit at you.
Yeah, so he just shakes his head and he's like, you need to prepare yourself for what fixing this phone might mean. You understand that we killed the people who had this phone, or not, had the other phone. I mean, maybe not directly. They were in Europe, I suppose. But we killed their boss. Understand that?
She nods.
Well, I mean, we'll find out what happened. I just want to make sure you're ready for it to be, whatever it is. And I toss the phone back to her.
She just looks at you, and she stands up, and like very awkwardly, she like opens her arms and like tries to give you a hug.
Does she hug him, or she open like she wants him to come hug her?
She tries to hug you.
Oh, okay. I mean, he lets it happen. He like awkwardly pats her on the head or something.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
And I think Liz comes over and hugs both of you and like joins in on the hug. And it's just like, I'm so glad this all worked out.
He just sighs, like, what's happening right now?
He's like, but I'm hungry. Can we go home now, please?
Yeah, I think at that point I turn around. Yeah, you know what? Is your, I'm sorry, what's her name? What's her adopted mother's name?
What's that?
What's Liz's adopted mother's name?
Oh, Helen.
Yeah, has it turned? You know what? Yeah, does Helen know you're out here? I mean, of course she doesn't. What do you?
Yeah, she's just like, actually, there might be a whole lot of people that know you're out here because, well, you kind of got around.
No, I asked if she knew you were out here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure they figured.
Right. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. So I think we'll kind of end there. But like as you're going back, you like people kind of meet you halfway, and they were going to start coming to look for you and Alyssa.
Mm.
And somebody confirms that, yeah, they assumed Liz was with you. Probably Helen.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan gives you like a handshake, and it was just like, thank you when you bring Alyssa back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I reluctantly take it, and I'm like, you guys are still, the group is still going to decide what to do about this. It's not fixed.
Right.
But I'm not going to shoot either of you before you did. Which, yeah, is, I guess, sounds like he thinks it's a gracious thing to do. I don't know.
Right. And they feel like it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a gracious thing to do, but it's surprising from you. It feels gracious from you. And I think they like are appreciative of that. And it's like this weird dysfunctional thing that just happened. The weird dysfunctional exchange that happened, but that's how they feel about it.
Also, I turned to Liz and I like, squat down. I'm like, all right, listen, you got to make me a promise, okay? Sorry, yeah, I guess I'll wait for her to say something.
She says, yeah, sure. Well, what is it? Okay. Like, just totally nonchalant about promises.
Next time you disappear, you need to tell Helen that you're coming. Because the last time you disappeared, someone kidnapped you. And if she assumes you're with me and you're not, there's going to be an issue, okay?
She's like, yeah, okay.
You don't have to tell anybody else, but you have to tell Helen, okay? You don't have to tell me, all right? And I poke her chest, like her clap, this part of her chest.
Right, yeah. And she's like, all right, I get it. That's fine.
I ruffle her hair because I know she hates it. And then
she like kicks your ankle and tries to ruffle your hair as well. And it's like, I don't care if you're injured. I'm gonna ruffle your hair. And I think we just kind of get like a zoom out of that.
Yeah, and we I'm like, what the?
Yeah. Have you seen? Well, I don't think it really matters, but like, have you seen Lost, where like sometimes they'll have like a quiet outro, or like sometimes it makes that like big like rock against a rock sound, like a big clang or whatever, and then when something sad happens or whatever, they'll do like a silent outro.
No, but I can imagine.
Right. Okay. So that's basically how it is. It's like it's very off key, not off key, but it feels very odd that like the ending of this episode. It says like Orphans of the American Dream, but it's like happy. It's like happy outro music. And it just feels weird, but that's what it is.
Right.
And Yeah, I think we'll end
and
there.
then after credits, we probably cut to something terrible happening, right? And then people are like, oh, okay,
What's
never
that?
mind. So after credits, we cut to something terrible happening, I'm sure. And then people are like, oh, okay, there we go.
No, we just leave it like that.
Okay. That works.
So, but everybody is super unnerved. Not unnerved. The audience is super unnerved by the ending of that episode.
Yeah, nothing.
But okay,
nothing good ever
let's end
happens in the
there.
drama in a happy note. It always is bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Yeah. So let's end there. Hope that was everything you hoped and dreamed it would be, because it was awesome for me. That's exactly what I hoped and dreamed it would be.
It was great. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, good.
Mechanically,
and then
go ahead for it. Yeah.
What's that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think like when we start the like full session again with you, we'll do a little bit of some sort of like each person can interact with one NPC, and I'm thinking I want to see if we can do some sort of like training thing where like you train an NPC to be better than the crappy stats they have, to kind of make some of the NPCs feel more
Can I
they're growing with you guys.
Train Liz and also at the same time train the kids that shoot at the farm?
Yeah, I think
not going to matter that much. So
I think you would help Liz and train her and shoot, if that's what you would want to do.
Yeah, I mean, is shoot useful for her? Does she have?
Not necessarily.
Can I train her in athletics instead?
What's that?
Can I train her in athletics instead?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She might have a good athletics. I don't know.
Yeah, I have +4.
But we can get to that, and I definitely want to like play that out too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like during the first session. So
yeah,
just in case you felt like there wasn't a lot of time that was covered during the mini session. Okay, yeah. Okay, wasn't sure what your expectations were.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't really know, so it works.
Besides that, it was going to be a psychedelic trip, which it wasn't.
All I knew was it was supposedly psychedelic, and you were going to see how far you could push something, and both of those were very concerning. It didn't pan out to be nearly as bad as I thought they would be. So.
Yeah. But okay, let's end there, and we'll be back with a couple more Orphans of the American Dream mini sessions. I think one on Friday and possibly one on Saturday. So stay tuned for then.
A real quick after show, because I have 2 things I want to ask you about, but they're kind of after show things.
What's that?
I have a couple after show things I'd like to ask. Pretty quick things, because I have to go as well.
Yeah, you guys should do after show.
Okay. Let's start real fast.
You guys on the other side? Yep.